Hi everybody and welcome to our webinar. This is Pooja and I'm a part of Code Ground. What we have for you today is the absolute ultimate guide to modern recruiting on LinkedIn. Now, what is happening is with millions of potential employees creating profiles on social media sites, using LinkedIn as a recruiting tool has created a newer and a more efficient way for recruiters to spot qualified job applicants. Not only does LinkedIn allow recruiters to actively search for job candidates with required qualifications, it also kind of enables them to stay in touch with former trusted workers for potential future employment as well. So, if you're interested in improving your business recruiting strategies to sort of attract and keep high performing talent, then the following guide to using LinkedIn as a recruiting tool will be great for you as it involves numerous tips and techniques to discover the best practices for complete optimization. So what you see here is a brief flow of our webinar. So as we go on with our presentation, you can feel free to raise any query that, or sort of type in your suggestions and inputs, etc. You could also possibly get in touch with us after the webinar, and we'd be happy to cover anything that hasn't been talked about today. So LinkedIn is such a vast topic to cover. So guys, let's just brace yourselves and buckle up. We expect the webinar to go on for over 40 minutes. So let's just get down to business. So what is this presentation? This presentation is for you if you, as a recruiter, have to double as a sales executive as well. You know what I'm saying? First, that you have got to sell potential job candidates on trusting them with their next career move. But here's the catch. The best job candidates are currently employed. Second, you have got to go to sell companies on the fact that the candidate's ability to fill seats with qualified job candidates. Again, the catch here is that recruiters come dime a dozen, and this industry is getting all the more crowded and tougher day by day. So let's quickly take a moment here to sort of agree that we all truly, really believe that recruiting, and digital recruiting more so, is completely evolving. In today's time, there is simply no more excuse for businesses to avoid LinkedIn in their recruiting efforts or in creating a presence online. This couple of statistics that we have here is just proving my statement with a punch. Now, when we say a well-branded company profile, what are we talking about? Let's look at the anatomy of a well-branded company profile. Remember, the first step in understanding that the purpose of your company's LinkedIn page is to capture and engage with your targeted audience. So, contrary to what most of us are, made to believe, creating a killer LinkedIn profile is not something that's unachievable or super hard or something like that. So, to begin with, let us focus on a couple of key aspects of your company's LinkedIn page to generate real-time results. First, we have the profile photo. So this is a very simple aspect, but it's important to keep it clear and simple. Try not to squeeze the entire logo within the 100 by 60 pixel square. Instead, keep it to a bare minimum of simple shapes, colors, etc. On a clear background, even better, preferably a white background. Rotating hyperlinked banners. So LinkedIn has the option to have up to 3 dynamic banners. These are a great platform to quickly summarize anything that needs to be conveyed with extremely strong copy and captivating visuals as well. So what happens here is that all the more they're also sort of provisions to have a call to action button with hyperlinks on the banner. They act like a breath of fresh air and bring your profile to life by giving it a lot of personality and adding more character and color to it. Content generation. So start off with regular status updates. By doing so, you give your followers a reason to, keep coming back and engage and share. And all this even when they're not looking for a job, remember. So make effort on keyword optimization and try to make the content as interactive as possible by engaging followers with targeted search status updates. Videos. So guys, tell me who doesn't like a good video? Remember to dress up your profile with rich media. A video goes a long way in capturing a lot of emotions that can simply not be expressed in such a short span of time. Studies of the top 100 brands showed that 9 of the top 10 companies had their YouTube channels linked to all their social profiles. This is very important, and what we have here is the profile consistency. So keep in mind to describe what your company offers in a way that is consistent with positioning across various channels. This should be reflected in the content you both generate and share. Lastly, guys, let's not miss out on measuring and optimizing. This is a crucial component of any strategy whatsoever. LinkedIn offers real-time engagement analytics directly under each post. This enables you to see what kind of content your audience is, the most interested in, and it helps you vary your content accordingly. So what we're finally trying to say is nothing says it better than a story. Type different ways of figuring out what works best. Crack the code to perfectly conveying your story to your targeted audience. So whether you're looking to, raise your marketing awareness or drive sales or look for, guidance from the LinkedIn team is the best solution. Where else can you specify your target audience based on job title, industry, functional area, and much, much more. Learn how to jumpstart your brand's effort on LinkedIn and stay on top of mind with all your professional audience. So ultimately what we're trying to say is LinkedIn is an excellent tool to promote your professional brand. Here we're going to have a simple guide for you to get you started. Create a branded profile. Unlike, a personal profile, LinkedIn company pages can be better represent a brand of any organization, even if you're running a small organization for that matter. Using a company page and connecting it with your profile is an extremely good move. Do updates frequently. Consider relevant updates which include description of products and anything that shows your business as an active and a serious operation. Do more frequent updates and do it very strategically. Start a new group. A great social property of LinkedIn is the ability to start a new group that rotates around a very specific interest. You need to be active in existing groups and interact with others as well. The idea here is not to spam groups with posts about your business activity, but to engage in an actual real-time conversation that creates, sort of real ties and contacts. Join custom groups relevant to your customers. One of the best ways to share on LinkedIn is a LinkedIn group. So joining LinkedIn relevant groups of your target audience and prospective customers allows you and gives you the possibilities to share blog posts, how to use guides, etc. that will benefit the audience. If you really can't find a group which seems very relevant, then create a new one yourself. Leverage LinkedIn display ads. So sort of start off with self-serve LinkedIn ads, or you can even purchase displayed ads through LinkedIn field sales team. Display your company ads on your LinkedIn company page to help with brand awareness and online consistency. Utilize the company page upgrade features. By now, every business should have its own LinkedIn company page, guys. Come on. But consider purchasing some extras to make your visitors' experience even better. Sort of take it up a notch. Create and share interesting content regularly. This is what we've been trying to tell n number of times. So yeah, keep posting content and keep doing it very regularly. Utilize great visuals for great results. So we have been telling you before that media-rich content sells. So do you know also that YouTube videos can be attached in LinkedIn, and that the video content in LinkedIn acquires 75% more shares than any other form of content shared? This is a very vital information here. So try experimenting with short videos for added engagement with your audience. Get employees and partners on board to sort of interact well. To succeed here, you need to be a good social player who knows how to engage with people. LinkedIn helps to interact with the right people by showing you these circles of connectivity. And remember, guys, lastly, please understand that we need to take, as recruiters, we need to take LinkedIn very seriously. So, like any other social media channel, if you put in the effort to understand how it can work better for you, the more the better, right? So, if you want to see the real results, you should incorporate LinkedIn into your broader professional marketing strategies as well. So, guys, a whopping 87% of recruiters like to use LinkedIn to sort of find and vet job candidates, making it the absolute most popular social network for the same purpose. Now, getting ahead of the game is becoming the biggest challenge in social recruiting. So, that is why we are here suggesting some top LinkedIn recruiting tools that can give you some sort of a leg up. These tools can really help you find top talent faster and connect with them more efficiently, contributing to a greater number of successful hires. Smart recruiters. So, smart recruiters tool can be used to measure the total impact and the cost of your LinkedIn efforts. Also, you can enter your hiring budgets, and by this way, a recruiter can get a clearer picture of their recruiting ROI. Get the jump on a good candidate who are more likely to move easily with Intello search. So what Intello search comes up with is a unique functionality to help recruiters to find and recruit all the passive candidates on LinkedIn even before your competitors get a chance to do so. Connectifier. Connectifier creates comprehensive candidate profiles using information from the tens of thousands of websites, of which LinkedIn is just one. Connectifier and LinkedIn have a similar number of candidates in their database. But remember, guys, Connectifier has 30% more data points per person and it's exponentially growing. Connectifier, uh, it has this auto search, which is an sort of an option, some sort of a web browser sidebar that pulls up a candidate's relevant information when you visit their LinkedIn profile, making it a great tool for outreach. Crystal. So, Crystal is a new Chrome LinkedIn extension that analyzes public data to tell you exactly how to communicate with different individuals accurately. Using personality detection technology, etc., it creates a unique personality profile for each person with an online presence to show you how to communicate with them in the most effective manner. Locksmith. This is such a clever tool for those of you who still are using a free LinkedIn account for candidate search. So any contact outside your network will be displayed as LinkedIn member. So that's where our locksmith tool comes in handy. So what this tool does is it automatically refines full profiles of all the third degree connections which are out of the network's connection by finding some sort of a connecting referral link. So, guys, LinkedIn is a gold mine if you're recruiting, and we all agree. Nowhere else can we find, more than 330 million professionals in one place, prominently displaying their job experience, their skill, their education, their recommendation, expertise, etc. And recruiting new talent isn't limited to searching for unemployed professionals or recent graduates entering the workflows. We know that, right? So, knowing another thing to know here is up to 83% of all employed professionals are willing to listen to your job opportunity. So, how are we going to find these candidates? And when we do find them, how are we going to narrow down the search to approach the very best candidate? This is what we're going to discuss here. We'll be discussing these in the following slides. So, to begin with, we have the good old search. The effectiveness of a simple search string should never be overlooked. Not only do they help find the right candidate on LinkedIn, they save a recruiter a great deal of time. Before we begin, it's important to know that it is always advisable to have a good plan in place. So let's look at some of the practices on LinkedIn for an effective search. Boolean search strings. Boolean search strings might sound intimidating and confusing at first, but we are here to tell you that constructing an effective search string cannot be more easy and straightforward. And so this is pretty straightforward. This search shows a combination of software engineer and a senior developer. You'll simply not just see any profiles that does not have both of the above terms. You have an example there in the slide as well for your reference. Next, look at the example that we have here. So the OR command is a great way to widen the search. You just need to match out the terms to get a high volume of results, and sort of manipulate and use it accordingly. So it shows either one of the options typed in. The not option. So the ideal time to use this command is when you have a very specific requirement and you don't want to sort of get it mixed with other similar profiles. The quotation mark. So the quotation mark is used when you want to look for a phrase as a whole. And not using a quotation mark will sort of treat the phrase as two different words and not as a complete whole package. The brackets. So brackets are best for building complex strings. Elements that are placed within brackets are given priority over other phrases. So if you have a very specific requirement like a BD or a manager that have worked in one of the following companies mentioned, then you can take the help of a brackets here. So the example on screen will show a BD or managers who have worked in Zomato or Facebook or Amazon or Ola. So that's how this works. So a note for you guys here is to avoid using words like I or in, from, etc. These are some sort of stop words as they tend to break your search strings. LinkedIn is built to ignore these words and assume an and in its place. So guys, take a minute to sort of look at this page we have here. So on most LinkedIn accounts, this image is what you will see when you click the advanced search button next to the top search bar on the LinkedIn's homepage. It includes a lot of different filters, each with different headings and each with a different purpose. Today, we'll be sort of taking you through each one of the main filter from the basic account, and we'll try and explain what they do and how you can use each of them very effectively. So the advanced search. Here you can specify where you want the terms to appear during a search. Example, for a term specifically in the job title, there are several paid options here as well. However, even discounting all of this is a great place to start. Let's start off with keywords. See, so on the right, if you can see, it's the keywords. Here, you can type in a word and LinkedIn will look through the entire profile of the candidate to look for that very specific keyword, like literally anywhere in the profile, guys. So this is useful when you're looking for a skill or a very particular experience, etc. So you have an example there. If you if your requirement is that of a designer for poster making with some sort of Lightroom editing skills, then your search would look something like that. So, quick thing to note here is that this field does not allow you to search for a candidate's employment or your education dates, and for that, you will need a premium account. Titles. Next, we'll look at the title field. It'll help you narrow down your search and get very, very specific results. The field looks for the words specifically in the job title of a candidate. So enter very specific words, and the longer the search input, the lesser candidates your search will filter. So you can also define your search by selecting the current title option or the past title option and whatever is more relevant for that particular search. The company field. So this field will look for keywords in the candidate's employer's name or maybe in the company's name. So this is particularly useful if you want to look for companies of a very particular sector. So example, if you are, the sector that you're looking for is the manufacturing of tires, then your search should look something like this. So guys, similarly, you have fields like the country and school, etc. Now, the school field is useful when you're looking for specific degrees in your candidates, like a master's, etc. Also, there are several tools in the market like LinkedIn, X-ray search, etc. that will help you search and yield better search results of LinkedIn. So next, coming to InMail, messaging candidates via InMail. So here is what to do while reaching out to a candidate through this offering on LinkedIn. Remember to grab attention of the person you're sending the message to. Tell them what prompted you to reach out to them and mention any mutual connections. Show them that you're very selective. Highlight the points that sort of makes them appealing to you. Compliment sincerely on their achievements. Be conventional and brief. Write as if you were speaking and do not paste a job description here. Remember, you're trying to have a real conversation and not sell a product. Imagine you're meeting this person in real life. Build a relationship by having a conversation first. Remember to listen well. Ask about goals and interest levels in new opportunities. Keep detailed notes. Focus on the opportunity and not on the job. Frame your messages around what's in it for them. And now let's look at the time to outreach. Research has shown that the optimal time to send out emails is on Thursdays between 9 and 10 a.m. in the recipient's time zone, of course. Don't send emails on Saturdays. They are 16% less likely to be accepted than emails sent during the week. Be very patient and do not hound. Use status updates to stay visible while you wait for responses. Include a call to action button. Ask to continue the dialogue, not necessarily apply off the bat. And remember to test and learn. Use your email analytics report to understand the effectiveness of your outreach. Adapt your email tactics and strategies accordingly. So here you can see mapped out the staggering amount of LinkedIn users today. So let's look at some of the best ways to reach candidates on LinkedIn. And that is, we'll be covering topics on status updates and sponsored updates, etc. here. So guys, are you looking for top candidates from your LinkedIn account? Are you a brand marketer looking to raise your brand's awareness via paid posts? Do you want to use LinkedIn's paid promotion to get help with your recruiting needs? Or is it that you want to do a little bit of all of that? Then don't worry, you're at the right place listening to us today. We're going to be covering all of that, and let's look at some of the ways to carry on with paid promotions on LinkedIn. Target a very unique audience. Over 500 million active professionals are on LinkedIn, and target them by job titles, functions, industry, and much more. Create easy and effective ads. Whether your goal is leads, brand awareness, or even event registrations, LinkedIn ads can be of great help here. Control your budget and costs. Control your spendings with flexible pricing options that LinkedIn has to provide. Start with any budget and stop your ads at any time. You have that flexibility to, so you can sort of experiment here with a small budget. Set your own budgets, you can bid, and you can even schedule. Start with any budget and stop your ads again at any time and at your own convenience. Boost your content across devices. So promote your company's update to very targeted audience through desktop, mobile, tablets, etc. Drive awareness and leads in the world's most viewed professional news feeds. Deliver extremely personalized ads to the LinkedIn inbox. Reach your target audience right in the LinkedIn inbox. Deliver personalized messages that deliver more conversions than email. There is also a provision where you can, sort of generate leads and very quickly. Add a compelling headline and a description along with an image. And it's very easy to set up, means you can start reaching your targeted audience in the matter of minutes. Bid for your targeted audience. So LinkedIn ads are sold by auction. You bid against other advertisers trying to reach the same audience. So here you have the LinkedIn Premium account. We're going to show you how to unlock the powers of the LinkedIn Premium subscription and see what it can do for you and your recruiting processes. LinkedIn today offers a number of paid solutions for companies who do a lot of recruiting. Let's explore some of these options in a little bit of detail. The LinkedIn Recruiter. So this premium subscription is designed for rather larger companies that are constantly searching for the top talent. Some of the benefits of the LinkedIn's Recruiter Corporate Edition subscription include profile recommendations, some advanced search filters that aren't usually available in the free version. You get to contact candidates directly using emails here, etc. The Job Network. By using this feature, you can extend your search for candidates to passive candidates using the jobs you may be interested in otherwise. LinkedIn career page. In addition to the sidebar widget, your job posting will also appear on the LinkedIn career pages. You can purchase a recruiting program called the LinkedIn Job Slot here. Jobs for your web ads. This LinkedIn service automatically pushes your jobs to the most qualified candidates whenever they go online. This lets you distribute your jobs to thousands of websites across the internet automatically. The company pages. So every organization needs a company page on LinkedIn, whether you can post company update messages, whether you provide information about your products or services, whether you're posting job openings, or you're simply, viewing detailed analytical information about the people who have visited your company page. The Work With Us. This is not only one of the most simplest LinkedIn recruiting and advertising solution, it's also one of their most effective one. So guys, how do you feel when you're looking at the LinkedIn profile of one of your colleagues and you see a huge ad from one of your competition in the sidebar? Doesn't it drive you crazy when you see that your competitors are invading your company's page? This is what you should be doing to counter that. Recruitment ads. So there are the large career banner ads you see in the sidebar of your LinkedIn homepage and on the other places distributed throughout the website. Placing your career opportunities in front of LinkedIn members helps attract members actively pursuing new career opportunities as well as the more passive ones. So what LinkedIn has for us is it has these, extensions and plugins that sort of help you boost your usage of the platform. So let's look at a couple of few. Recap work. So this fantastic plugin helps you quickly and easily see the most important and relevant information about your contacts. So you can sort of approach the best prospects at the right time and build better relationships. Autopilot for LinkedIn. So, do you go networking to help build your businesses, whether you do it formally in a weekly group or informally by simply building relationships with new and existing contacts? People who are good at networking always seem to be in the right place at the right time to tap into the lucrative new opportunities. And this is a great platform for that. Next, we have is the Duke Soup. So imagine you've just spent hours finding the profiles of ideal potential customers, visiting their profiles, and inviting them to connect. Now, keeping a record of all your activities on top of that can eat up even more of your time. The Duke Soup solves that issue for you. What we have next is Nimble. Nimble is a social sales and marketing CRM system. The Nimble Contact widget gives you deeper access to the LinkedIn members' social activity and allows you to write and export notes. Next, we have the LinMail Pro. Amongst other things, the LinMail Pro allows you to personalize and automate private messages to your connections. And after you install the LinMail Pro extension, it will be embedded in your LinkedIn menu bar. So guys, lot of recruiters have been trying lots of various things to reach candidates on LinkedIn. So let's say that it is clear that spending time on LinkedIn is a primary function for a recruiter. However, most often than not, recruiters are not as successful as they would like to be. So how can one make a failed attempt better? And guys, the best way to counter a failed attempt, is to simply learn from one's mistake. So, they say, the great ones have told us before, if you simply can't measure it, you will not be able to manage it. So, when it comes to LinkedIn, how do you do that? How do you study, analyze, and measure reports? Let's look at some of the ways recruiters can manage their hiring efforts on LinkedIn and, how can they sort of, manage it at the convenience of their cabin. Understand your LinkedIn email's response rate. So to do this, you have to move your cursor over the reports at the top of the recruiter's homepage and click on the email analytics. This field will show you free email messages sent to connections directly. To open profile members and any members sent out in bulk, this can be used as well. You also need to evaluate the number of profiles visited per seat. So here you can find out information like where your profile viewers work and live, where they found you from, what's their industry background, their job titles, etc. If you have a premium account, you will have to, sort of scroll past these rows to see the rest of your viewers as well. Go back and regularly check on the connections made after the email. So whatever the effort and means, business relationships are in the end built on relationships and motivators for that matter. So hence, guys, remember to create content that revolves around how you can offer someone of genuine something and some sort of information of genuine value to the candidates you would like to really connect with. Make a very genuine and a real effort here. LinkedIn job wrapping. So you can even optimize by trying out LinkedIn's job wrapping option. This sort of scans your company's career site and automatically posts job directly to the LinkedIn's job network. It ensures that you're maximizing your investment in LinkedIn by keeping all of your job slots filled without any additional effort of yours. Lastly, what we have for you is the Career Pages Analytics. We could also call it the Talent Box Index. So, LinkedIn provides you with metrics to help you determine which post does the best. So, clicks in the number of people who have clicked on the post. Then you have another option called the impressions, which refer to the number of eyeballs on your company's page's post, either in the newsfeed or on the company's page as well. Here we are here we are giving an example of LinkedIn's case study for you. What we have for you is a case study on the Xylo group. So let's look at how Xylo's groups, recruiters, and hiring managers work together to attract the right hires. Hiring managers who sit outside recruitment play a pivotal role in outcoming the talent challenges. So that's where LinkedIn Talent Solutions come into play. So what happened here was after they sort of implemented this into their recruiting mix, the result was that they were ending up building a fast growing team of over 129 new hires via LinkedIn in just 12 months. Attracting the right talent also improved. 66% higher in in-mail response rate than an average on LinkedIn, making a difference. So what LinkedIn did for them was over 50% of new hires were sourced via LinkedIn Recruiter in just 6 months. So guys, what we have done is we've discussed a lot of things. We have briefly touched upon a lot of things, and and to make it easy for you, what we're going to do is we're going to come up with an extremely doable list of action items. This is to sort of get you kick-started into a very successful recruitment process from your end. The first point we have to tell you is define the work before defining the person doing that job for you. Job branding, guys, is as, if not more, important than employer branding. Develop a complete, keyword-rich profile for your company on LinkedIn. Guys, remember that you can ask your current employees to activate their networks to reach out to potential passive candidates for job options. Reach candidates through email, job postings, and sponsored jobs. You can even experiment with a smaller budget here. Remember to check your analytics and try the advanced search. Remember what we said, right? Anything that is not measured cannot be managed. And lastly, guys, incorporate LinkedIn into your broader professional marketing strategy as well. Take it more seriously. Now, let's quickly look at a couple of inspirations of company profiles that are, extremely good at capitalizing on the opportunities that LinkedIn has to provide and who are totally rocking it. What we have for you is Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola's LinkedIn pages regularly highlights content from the Coca-Cola's journey. The company's digital magazine that's churned out over 2,000 stories since its launch in November 2012 is a huge success. Next, we have for you IBM. IBM topped the LinkedIn ranking with 1.8 million interactions back in 2012. And they haven't, slowed down ever since. They've added nearly 1.5 million followers, and over 2.5 million people now subscribe to the company's updates. HP. So HP totally rocks the LinkedIn with a pretty fascinating and a diverse array of content through leadership, big data analysis, and even simpler branded graphics, etc. Great things to learn from these company profiles, guys. So if you have any questions, you can get in touch with us and we will totally get back to you with a lot of answers and maybe even solutions. What we do have for you next is the small request for everybody who've been attending the webinar with us, and this should not take too much of your time. Please, guys, take a few minutes of your valuable time and give us your very, very valuable feedback. We'll get in touch with you very shortly for the same. Also, definitely do register with us for our upcoming webinars and sessions as well. We'll keep you updated on that as well. We really, really do hope you found this webinar useful. Thank you for participating, and feel free to contact CodeGround for any doubts or any recruiting needs. Have a great day, you all, and happy recruiting. Thank you.